All right, welcome back. Happy 2026. Hope you all had a good Christmas, all that kind of stuff. We should be live. I'm just going to wait for some confirmation here. Bitrate looks good. It looks like I've got audio levels, unlike the last time I streamed where I had to start again. So, yeah, we should all be good. Any issues with the audio or video clipping or doing anything weird, just let us know. All right. Wait for a few folks to get here. So thanks again for all the support last year, folks, especially with the Guitar Search Saturday series. It's awesome to see, some interest in those videos, and there'll be definitely more of that stuff coming up this year from hopefully a mix of interesting and unique sort of locations, all that kind of stuff. All right, we've got Dragon Slayer here. Welcome, mate. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining in. First in the chat. This is a real random time of the day here. It's 2:32 p.m. on January 20. It's a Tuesday. And it's hot. So I look sweaty. I just went for a walk. All right. We got Real Fooney. Is that how you say that? He says, caught you. Thanks for joining in, man. I appreciate it. We got Jonathan from Jackson, Mississippi. Very cool. You know, it took me like 10 years to learn how to spell Mississippi properly. There's a lot of S's. Great town, too. Oh, well, not great town, great state. I only traveled across the bottom of it. But, yeah, it was cool. All right. Welcome, mate. Shane's here as well. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. I haven't forgotten about sending you a message too, mate, so I'll get onto that soon. But, yeah, I just got back from Perth, what was it, like a few days ago. Had a couple of weeks off. Just enjoying the beach and doing a lot of walking and not doing a lot of playing. So I've come back. I've lost my calluses completely, which is weird. It's weird. It very rarely happens, and I've just been practicing the last couple of days and only 30-minute stints, and yeah, I'm feeling it. It's like, oh yeah, my brain kind of knows what to do, but the fingers, one, don't move as smoothly as they did before, which is normal. But yeah, not having those calluses there, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot what that was like. I've really got to sort of get back on the guitar and just get them back. The sooner they come back, the better, and then I'll be hopefully flowing again. So yeah, hope everyone had a great break if you got some time off over Christmas and New Year's and all that kind of thing. We've got, Shane says, had a good vacation. Yeah, it was awesome. It was beautiful, man. Perth is just like, it's the unsung hero of Australia. I reckon it's a really cool place. Some people find Perth too remote compared to Melbourne and Sydney and Brisbane and all that. They're sort of all on the same coast. It's what I kind of like about it. Have I ever tried an amp with a KT66 tubes? I have. I think it was one of Rick's amps. I think he had what's the name of Heritage amplifier that had KT66s in there. It was a Fender-esque style amp. I'm almost positive it was that one. But yeah, I'd have to look through my catalog to see exactly. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but yeah, most of the tube amps feel pretty great to play. You know, my personal favorites are the 6L6 ones, or 6L6 type of tubes instead of, there's no one on the end. But they're great. They're like, at least with the amps that I prefer to play, have a big round kind of full sound to them. And I'm pretty sure the KT66 are kind of similar to that as well. Yeah, again, I'd have to go over my my list, but I think the Heritage amp had it, but I'm not 100% certain. Have I tried a Gibson special with P90s? SG special. I have a feeling I probably have as well. I've done 3,300 videos, so sometimes my memory is a bit funny when it comes to what I've showcased. But just go to In the Blues on the channel and try the search and just type in SG. It should come up. I'm almost positive I've tested that. If it wasn't at home, I've tested one in the shop. Hey, Burkoy, how are you, man? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining in. Doing well, thanks, man. Just it was a total of 4 weeks without playing, so my hands are. I was just saying before, I've lost my calluses, and I'm getting back onto getting some chops back slowly. I kind of wasn't doing a lot of playing towards the end of the year, or as much as normal, and then you're having a whole lot of time off without touching the guitars definitely affected my my flow and chops and all that. For those wondering, I've got my PRS SE Custom 24 on my lap here. I'm plugged into the Bandit on the clean channel. We've got Christopher. Welcome, mate. He's from Long Beach. Awesome. Home of the great Warren G, right? That's what I always think of as like a 90s rapper. I used to love that dude. Still kind of like his old stuff. It's great. Don't Marshall Blues Breakers have a KT66? Probably. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, the Silverface amps. Oh, there you go. That's maybe what I've tried it in then. Oh, 6L6 is the... Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. Quick question, Shane. Since you are the Mustang amp king, I should get that on a T-shirt. Yeah, it's close, all right? Look at this, like a king. It's a bit of an in-joke. Anyway, yeah, don't worry about that. Rhiannon got this made for me. It's a stupid saying I say sometimes. Which is the best model? Which one needs uploaded presets to be good? So the best sounding one is still the Mustang 3 and 4 version 2. They kill the new ones. It's not even close. It's like comparing a cheap solid state amp up against like a Marshall DSL or something, right? Like they're two completely different amps. That was the first time I'd seen amplifiers go backwards. I bought the GT200 after it came out, and while it had some benefits in terms of weight, and my friend from my Dr. Rick, who's been on the channel, he bought one as well, and we were kind of like, what's wrong with this thing? So yeah, the new ones are good for home practice. They're okay, and they'll give you the most flexibility and versatility and all that kind of thing. But the Fender Mustang 3 and 4, the 3 was my personal favorite one. That thing just slays. It's so loud. You can do gigs with it. It sounds like a real amp. We did a whole lot of A/B comparisons between high-end boutique tweed amps and deluxe reverbs and this friggin' digital modeling amp, and it was so indistinguishable in the room. Like I fooled Rick in the room who wasn't looking at the amps. That's how close we were able to get them, just with tweaking and tinkering. So I would say that, at least from Fender, those are still probably the best ones I've ever used. Probably, I would say almost out of all the amps I've used, those Mustang 3s version 2s were pretty special amps. I think they're great. But you're now at the mercy of, like, the software is not as easily available as it was. I host the software, but I don't know if I'm supposed to. But yeah, it's old, so it might not work with a lot of computers now and all that kind of thing. But the great news with it is you can do everything from the top panel, and I still think they're one of the best. They had quality speakers in them, which can't be said for the new versions. Oh, thank you, mate. So there you go. John, he just typed in the link for the Pelham Blue. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I was sort of racking my brain. I was trying to think of what color it was, and I couldn't think. That makes it a lot easier. Thanks for posting that link, mate. I'll add it to the cards after the video too, if I can do that. All right. I'm loving my Princeton 112 Plus. They're great amps. Yeah, awesome. Solid state. Killer. But I'm always on the lookout for something quieter. So maybe a Mustang 3 version 2. They'll peel the paint off the walls. The only benefit of the modeling amps is you can get a good sound at a low volume, but they're still a big amp. Like, it's got a 12-inch speaker, so it might not be... If you're looking for a low volume amp for playing at home, just find a desktop amp. I reckon that's the way to go. Ooh. Tell you what, it hurts, but we're getting through it. It's good. It's good to sort of start fresh again a little in some ways, and come back to just having less sort of like predictable things popping up in my head. I've really got to, for me personally, after 4 weeks of not playing, and especially with 2 weeks with no guitar, it really impacts my whole flow and system. And like, if I tried to record now, I'd really struggle, like trying to get it tidy at least anyway. So yeah, I'm going to work on getting my chops back up and then do some more live playing again this year, hopefully. Have I done a review of any of the Monoprice stage right amps? No. One, they're not available in Australia, and the only ones that I've done are the very similar Thomann ones. I reviewed a Thomann amp, which was kind of similar. It was the head version of it. But in terms of Monoprice, you can import them, but they come with the wrong power. So, yeah, it's not really like you need a step-up transformer or whatever they call it, or step-down transformer or whatever to get the power to work. So, yeah, they're not really that accessible here. I think Strauss is another Australian brand that I think they're the same amp, essentially. They make a lot of amps for a lot of people. If I can find one of those, I'll do it, because that is basically the same amplifier. At least they look identical from what I've seen in some of the photos. Might not be that exact model, but yeah, I'll see how we go. Hey, Poo Ninja, how are you, man? He says, throw some thumbs up, folks. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. So I got a little surprise coming up. I'm not going to tell you what it is exactly, but I may have purchased something, and I might be selling a few things. So a couple of my guitars are not at the house anymore. They're going to be on consignment later in the week, and I've maybe done something silly. Actually, not too silly. I think it was an educated purchase based on the fact I'm kind of changing the appreciation for certain things. So stay tuned for that. That'll be up this weekend or later in the week or something like that. I just wanted to go live. It's been ages. I had nothing else scheduled on the channel, and I thought it might be a good chance just to do some live streams early in Jan. All right. I use my Vox Valtronics mostly. Yeah, they're good amps. Yeah, I reckon they're great. I think I reviewed a few of them. Yeah, Sky Music's actually got some really cool amps in at the moment. So I might go back down there and grab a few for reviews. They got a whole lot of different stuff to what they had last time. So I might even shoot them at the shop after hours, maybe, if I'm allowed to do that. Might be a bit easier than lugging them back and forth for an hour. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Lee Slayer says, I love my Princeton. Very nice. Solid state, 12-inch Celestion. It's awesome sound. Yeah, agreed. Man, the solid state amps from Fender back in the day, they were the best. I really feel like they sort of made a really dumb decision to make all their solid state amps interact with all this digital stuff. A great solid state amp is as good as a great tube amp. It's different, but it's great. Like my Peavey Bandit, I've said it a million times, or stuff like the Boss, or the Roland Blues Cube, and all those kind of things. You can use them interchangeably with like a normal amp or a tube amp, and they're great. I've plugged into my Bandit the last few days. The clean's great. The drive channel's great. It's inspiring. It's like, where are those amps? Keep it simple. I think the guitar industry feels like it's missing the connection to the music a little bit now. It feels way too reliant on digital stuff. Even videos I watch, when I do watch other videos, I'm like, man, why have we got this hyper-produced clean channel with 3 or 4 different reverbs? It's like, man, it's crazy. Should I buy one of your Strats and Hendrix it? I'm not getting rid of my Strat. That's the only Strat I've got. I am selling one of my Telecasters, though. Real Foodie says, check out Rivera amps, sorry, if you come across them. Actually, I have come across them before. One of my friends had one of their 2x12 ones. I can't remember the exact model, but it was heavy as. It was supposed to be like a Fender Twin on the clean and like a Marshall kind of thing on the drive. And it really didn't do either very well. But then I heard a couple of the small combos, like just the single 12 ones. I think they had like red Tolex on them or something like that. Man, those things were friggin' awesome. So I don't know if his amp was just a bit on the bland side. And it would probably suit some people, but man, it was so loud. I remember the first time I heard his Rivera, the walls in the venue were shaking. It was like corrugated iron behind the stage, like a roofing material essentially, but the whole thing was just going. like right behind his amp. So Neil, if you watch this, you're still a loud bugger. Might just give this a tune, actually. I thought the Bandit was the best. The Bandit's the best. Yeah, this is not a digital modeling amp, right? So, yeah, we're talking about digital modeling amps before, about the difference between like the old Fender ones and the new ones. But in solid state, it's a different thing altogether. I'd take a solid state amp any day over any of the digital stuff. I like some of the digital amps, but you can't beat a good solid state amp, man. Didn't BB use a Rivera at some point? I think all those dudes used whatever was there. They'd plug into anything and just turn it up. So I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of the times they were using backline amps. I think BB actually did settle on a few amps over the years, but yeah, I read a thing about the old blues guys. They just show up with their guitar and then cable, plug in, and that's the amp they used. I've done a few gigs like that where there's been backline amps, and I'm like, oh no. But usually I've been pretty lucky. It's like a Hot Rod DeVille or a Marshall, DSL or something like that. Or there's usually good amps at most places, except for some blues jams where they're okay. I'm kind of lucky. Like the Blues Juniors we've got at the jam I go to occasionally, they're good. They're a good sort of well-suited amp to that particular room, but I still prefer a bigger combo just overall. Smokey and the Peavey Bandit. Hey, I like it. Do I have any gigs booked for 2026? I don't, mate. No. Oh, yeah. Well, potentially I have one. I'm waiting to find out. We usually do a festival once a year. It's usually a big stage gig and then a venue gig. And that'll be for sometime in March. So I applied for that just the other day. I should hear back pretty soon whether or not we've got in every year. So I assume we'll get in. But that's about it. I plan on doing more playing this year. Getting my sort of coordination back a bit with being a bit more of a singer guitarist. It's something that I don't practice. And I probably should, but one step at a time. I'm going to be working on my chops pretty much every morning now for a little while. And then doing a full gig's a whole different thing. Like I used to do them 3-4 sets, no problems. But yeah, it really takes a lot of work, takes a lot of time, and to do it well rather than just noodling around, So yeah, even the songs I wrote, it's kind of it's harder now to play them because I don't do them that much. I just go to the blues jams, and that's not really. Well, I'm obviously a blues player. I play a lot of other stuff too, but you don't do that at the jam, so I tend to not practice that stuff as much as I would like. We've got Major Upgrade here. We've got Rag Productions. How you doing, mate? He says, thoughts on 440 tuning. Yeah, look, I've always just stuck to that. I've never really messed with it unless it was accidental. So, yeah, some people swear they hear a difference. I don't know if it's just my ears or what, but yeah, 440, as long as you're in tune with the band, it's all good. Shane says, I'm not a fan of upside down strats. No real advantage in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of agree. For me, I would just be knocking the controls. When I watch Eric Gales or any of these other dudes that switch guitars up the wrong way, I'm like, they're obviously used to it. If you've never learnt that way and you try, it's awful. You're forever just rolling down the volume and tone controls. You have to reposition your arm and all that kind of thing. If you've learnt like that, it's fine. But yeah, you can't just do it that easy. So if you're thinking about switching even a righty, like if you want to buy a lefty and play it right-handed, like the Hendrix thing, watch a video by one of my friends, Anthony from Texas Blues Alley. This is his video experience talking about how horrible it was to do that is exactly why I've never done it. He nailed it. He's great at like nailing videos like that. He's just one of the best. And it's exactly all of the problems. Everyone's always like, why don't you just buy it and flip it up the other way? He's a righty. trying to do that Hendrix thing with the lefty, and it affected everything about the reach. Because look at this, I can get all the way up to the end of the fretboard here. If I flip this up, I'm going to get stuck a lot earlier because of this horn or contour here or whatever. This is probably not the best example of that, but if you're looking at like a Strat or a Tally's like even worse, right? There's no way you could play that guitar anywhere near as high up on the fretboard. So yeah, it's crazy. Major Upgrade says, hey Shane, I was curious. I know you're a techie guy too. Have you messed with the Linux audio production software much? I'm about to deep dive into it. I've been running Linux only for a year or so now. I have. I've actually used it. I made a video about turning an old desktop computer into a digital audio workstation using, I think it was Ubuntu at the time. It might have not been Ubuntu actually. Might have been like some studio distro. It's been years since I've done it, but I still dabble with Linux occasionally. I've learned it back in the day. I know how to set up servers, Apache servers, and like SSH tunnels and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't use it as much as I would like, but it's still, it's great. It's gotten so much better since I last used it. In terms of it does video production better. I think even DaVinci Resolve works on there now, and I think it was Adore. Maybe like ADOUR was the digital audio workstation that I used, and it worked great. I mean, given at the time too, I only had a simple, I think it was a 2 or 3 channel audio interface. It might have been a 4. No, I think it was a 2 channel audio interface, and it was great. So yeah, it's stable. it's become more aesthetically pleasing over the years too. Like so many great versions of Linux out there. And you don't necessarily need as much technical stuff as you did back in the day. And someone else, Major just says Linux Mint. Yeah, Mint's great. I've used that as well. I've probably tried, I don't know, probably like 8 distros over the last sort of 15 years or so. Maybe more, I don't know. I was always I loved Ubuntu server. I just for the stuff that I did, setting up file servers at offices, all that kind of stuff was great. And yeah, it's just a great free operating system that doesn't have all the Windows crap in it. So I'm on Mac now. It's probably getting to the point where it's almost as bad as Windows in some ways, but the stability is so much better. And I'm a certified Microsoft specialist, right? That's what I was doing before I started doing this. And yeah, Windows it's like abominable for well, at least when I used it compared to the transition to Mac and just having everything work. Like the video editing was so much easier and faster, even with a lower spec machine. And now I've got one of those. I bought a older Mac Studio. It was half price. It was like the M1 Pro Max. So I saved myself 50%, got an old version. It's brand new, still in the box. That thing tears through anything I've thrown at it. Like I test a lot of cameras. It can chew through like 4 or 5 levels of 4 or 6K video. It's just unbelievable. Like it does it so well. I'd love to try Linux again. You might have inspired me. So if I can build a new cheap little, desktop, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, Adore's good. Yeah, a few people are saying Linux Mint. Yeah, very cool. Oh yeah, Reaper. I've used Reaper as well. Reaper's great. I felt like Reaper was a little unfinished when I first used it, and this is going back years ago. I think it was like in its early stages. It was functional, but back then I was using Nuendo, and it was like night and day. And then I tried Reaper, I think, probably a few years back to do some 32-bit float audio processing. Anyway, if you know what that is, it basically allows you to kind of boost audio or reduce it without it clipping. It's pretty cool tech. And I used Reaper for that, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm a bit out of touch with the latest digital audio workstations and stuff because I know what works for me, so I just stick with it now. But yeah, get into it. I mean, there's no real there's no real like advantage or disadvantage to using any software for audio production unless you plan on sharing it, and then you've got to make sure that someone else has that that soft piece of software essentially. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see also what the plugins are like for Linux. I'm again completely out of touch, so if anyone knows that, let us know. My name's Shane, by the way, not Sean. It probably sounds like Sean. Um, yeah. So yeah, Nuendo was probably my favorite of the last three albums I made were all done on Nuendo. It was awesome. I'll probably at some stage get Logic. I'm still using GarageBand now because it's enough for what I do for YouTube. It's free, it's stable, auto saves and all that kind of stuff. If the power goes out, you don't lose everything. It's pretty cool. And yeah, I probably will get Logic at some point for Mac, just because I don't see myself moving away from it unless something drastic happens with like something I don't like with the operating system. But yeah, it's been a while since I talked about that stuff. It's cool. I tell you what, the fingers know they think they know where to go, but then it doesn't work. What are my thoughts on the 80s Peavey Bandit 65? I think they're all great. I've tried almost all of them. That's the one with the blue on the sides, right? Is that one? Yeah, the original Peavey Bandit 65. I think they're not potentially quite as loud as the later versions, which were 80 watts. I think those were actually 65 watts, but they're still plenty loud. Yeah, I don't think you can go too far wrong. And the thing with the Bandits, like if they're still in good condition and they're working today, they're probably going to last you forever. It's just awesome. Like this Red Stripe one back here is 26, 27 years old and it looks awesome. So yeah, I have no hesitations using it. I did have to replace the reverb tank, or my friend Brian did it at the time, but yeah, it's just great. So mate, plug in, get a great clean. You can use your pedals, plenty loud. You don't have to stress about expensive gear if you play live and all that kind of thing. And yeah, I used one of them in, I think it was San Fran years ago. It was a Bandit. I can't remember the exact one, but it had the blue things on the side, and it cost like $70 US. My friend picked up a few of those, and yeah, they were like the backline, that and a little Fender Deluxe Plus 112. It's great. Solid state amps, plug in, ready to go. Classic vibe is legit. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I've had a few of them. They're very good guitars. I'm playing, someone asked what am I playing? I'm playing the PRS SE Custom 24. I don't know, I think I got my camera on manual focus, but yeah, this is just the made in Korea one I've had for many years now. I think I got this in like 2019, somewhere around there. It's a great guitar. Hey, Music Therapy Laz, how are you, man? Hope you're doing well. I've been checking out your channel recently. Hope you're doing some cool stuff, mate, so keep it up. That's awesome. All right, that's what I like about the Squier bullet tallies. They're thin and light. You're right. Isn't it funny how, like, the less expensive stuff on the most part, like the entry-level guitars are light, and then they start, at the standard series, a lot of the time they get heavy, and then they incrementally get lighter again towards the custom shop. Why? How is that a thing? I don't know if the guitar sounds all right coming through this mic or not. I'm just using this, but yeah, I can noodle around a bit. I've been just really slowly getting back into getting some dexterity back. And I don't know if anyone else has this problem. Maybe everyone plays all the time, and I'm a weirdo for having some time off playing, but I I like to do it from time to time. It kind of resets things for me, and hopefully opens up some other opportunities. I usually go back to a lot of the really simple stuff. So I listen to the albums that inspired me that are straight blues, and I fit in. I play some chords, I play some lead. I try to remember licks that way and not push it too far. So yeah, it's definitely a bit of a slow process for me, but I reckon after, hopefully by the end of this week with regular playing, I should hopefully be back to normal. So I shot a video yesterday. You'll see it coming up in the next few days. It's maybe potentially a new Guitar Day video. Nothing too expensive. I'm much smarter these days. But yeah, I was like, man, I haven't played for ages, and it was it was pretty rough. So yeah, it will get better. Trust me. My favorite thing about a solid state amp is that when it eventually gets knocked over or just falls in the back of the car, you don't have a heart attack. Yeah, I agree, man. There's something to be said about, like, I always kind of respected things that were less expensive that gave you great tone. I kind of built the channel up with that idea, like cheap pedals, cheaper guitars, more affordable amps, and then, as you go, you tend to buy more expensive stuff. I've kind of come full circle. Like, I've had some pretty nice amps over the years, from super reverbs and twins and bloody a two rock and all this stuff. And one of my favorite amps is this $250 thing behind me here. Listen to some Papa Chubby today as well. He's got this great groove. He does this great version of Rock Me Baby. So it's kind of like a mix of, I don't know, it's kind of like a mix of a couple of ideas. There's like Crossroads in there. Great groove. Music Therapy Lad says, I'll be at NAMM. Wish you could be there. Mate, I'll be there next year. I let it go too long again this year. I got an offer to go. I wanted some time off, so I didn't want to sort of get back from Perth and then leave today, have 2 days and then take off again. It just wasn't going to happen. So, yeah, hopefully next year. I will be planning some cool stuff that's not really, it's not NAMM, obviously, but yeah, if I get over there, mate, I'll let you know. Dude, where are you based anyway, mate? I can't remember. Are you in San Fran? Is that right? Hey, Detroit. How are you, mate? It's called the car door theory. Oh, tell me more about that. I must have missed the context. Maybe I was talking about the value thing. Is that right? Check out Texas Flood. That dude is amazing. Check out Texas Flood. Oh, I'm thinking of a Robert Cray tribute guy. No, okay. I'll check that out. Thanks, man. Guitar is sounding fine. Hey, thanks, mate. Cool. Yeah, I'll get to NAMM. It's one of those things I want to check it out, but I'm like, there's so many videos and stuff that go up at NAMM. I'm like, and I don't watch any of. I've stopped I've tuned out from it almost now. I'm not as interested in seeing the same stuff with the new paint job as I used to be, or the new version of some multi-effects thing that gives you an extra 3 things in the chain. It's all kind of peaked. I don't know, man. It's good for networking, good to meet people, good to catch up with YouTubers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'd be more interested in doing other content if I'm in the US than just going all the way to California for NAMM. I just feel like I need more time to do more stuff. That to me is not It's 15 hours one way for 3 days. I'd need to organize more stuff. So hopefully next year we'll see how we go. Hey, we got Lincoln Johnson from New Smyrna Beach. Very cool, mate. One of my favorite places. Awesome. I got to play blues there at one of the venues on Flanagan Avenue, which is called Peanuts. Played at that jam a few times. It was great. One of my favorite memories was I bought a Squier Classic Vibe Tele. That was my first time owning one. It's great. It's such a cool guitar. I had one of my overdrives. I think I had the Royal Flush with me at that point. I can't really remember. No, I didn't actually. I just had some other overdrive. I don't remember what it was. But I plugged into a Peavey Bandit. The backline amp was a Peavey Bandit, one of those blue ones with blue stripes, and it was great. It was just a fun vibe, man. I love that joint, Peanuts. Hopefully that jam's still going. I'd love to go back there at some point. It's super cool. Hey, we got Ben here as well, mate. How are you? Ben's just scored himself a beautiful new guitar as well. I don't want to give it away, but I'm not sure if he's released a video. I'm so out of the loop with who's been posting what, but if he, I'm not going to spoil it, but hopefully he posts a video coming up if he hasn't already. Freddie King's great. That's from Chopper. Oh no, okay. Papa Chubby and Friends album. I haven't heard that, man. I have to check that out. But Freddie King's great. A lot of those Clapton licks were from Freddie King. All those sort of like, those kind of things. Those nice little. I think sort of Clapton refined them, but yeah, Freddie's vocal for me was what I like the best about him. His singing is like still pretty much unrivaled, I reckon. Linda and Jason still. Oh, cool, man. That's great. Linda's awesome. Yeah, I got off Facebook a while back, so I lost touch. Well, it was like 6 years ago now, but I lost touch with a lot of people, and I think I'm still friends with her on Instagram potentially, but. Yeah, I'll have to get down there again, man. Maybe mid-year. We'll see how we go. Hitting 60, thinking of splurging, have a few lefties and a Peavey Silver Bandit. Very cool. To up my game, I could do much better than a Tone King and a new Cerberus. Sorry, let me read this again. To up my game, could I do much better than a Tone King and a new Cerberus if I ever leave the bedroom? So that'll give you pretty much everything you probably need. The only one thing about the Cerberus is you'll either like the drive tone or you won't, and that's where having another pedal will probably make the most sense, because that will give you delay boost and all kinds of stuff from memory. I'm going by memory here, but it's been a few years since I tested it. But that's great. But I don't have a Tone King, and if you hang on, are we talking about the same thing? Let me just have a look. Are you talking about the amp? So not a King of Tone, right? A Tone King amp. Yeah, Tone King amps are beautiful. I got to play one at the Guitar Search Saturday. I did it. What was it called? Music Go Around in Bradenton, and it was beautiful. So yeah, that is really cool. But I still feel like the only ding against the Cerberus is I'd probably start with a different dirt pedal, just personally. But everyone likes different stuff, so you don't have to listen to this dummy. Freddie King is my favorite. Oh man, yeah. I mean, he's fantastic. Eternal Nod says, I got the red lace in the neck of my Strat. That's lace sensor pickup. I love the dirt sounds, man. Lace sensors are really great. They're awesome. I wish they were just a little more noise cancelling for me, in terms of some of the venues are just too buzzy in Melbourne. They're like, whoever wired them just went, oh yeah, that'll do. That's what it feels like, right? So yeah, I needed quieter pickups in my Strat, and those Tone King ones have been awesome. But I still think the feel and the way that the lace sensors just, they've got a great, they're like the ultimate middle ground between, they do help with buzz, but they're still Stratty. They're right in the middle. I've kept my loaded pick guard with them because I go through these phases where if I don't need to be using my Strat at a venue that's got horrible amounts of buzz, then maybe I'll go back. But right now I'm loving the Tone Riders. I think they're arguably the best kind of noiseless pickups I've ever used for a Strat, and I've purchased plenty of them over the years, like probably 6 sets, maybe more. Larry Mitchell was talking about all the amazing side gigs around NAMM. Oh yeah, I bet. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Huh? World-class jams next to bank machines. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I would just want to do something a little different. I'm at a place now doing this, and I mentioned this on my last live stream, where I'm just going to start letting things go and focus solely on the things that I find more interesting. I'm going to cut back on the gear stuff to some extent. I'll still do amps and guitars or whatever, but the pedal thing is going to be minimal now this year. I'm taking 12 months off really just wanting to do any of that stuff, unless it's stuff I've already committed to or things that really interest me, or it's a new range of effects or something like that. I'm just not going to do as many pedal videos this year just because I'm kind of checking out from it. Every video, that's all we need, another this or that. And I totally get it. I feel the same. So I don't want to contribute to that anymore. So I'm going to be giving that a break, focusing on some more fun stuff, mixing up the channel. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on behind the scenes. No video of it yet. I've got to do a video when I get some time. Oh, that's good, mate. It'd be great to hear it. That's cool. I mean, like on YouTube, I did see it on Insta. Hey, thanks, John. You're awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that. That's super cool. All right, Texas Cannonball. Have I ever played the 2014 Les Paul Lite? It's about an inch thinner. It has a belly curve too. Oh, you know what? Let's have a look. I'll just have a quick look at this because there was a closing down sale in a shop in Australia, and I bought 2 Les Paul guitars for like nothing. It was like $500 each, which is crazy. Like $500 wouldn't get you it'd get you half of an Epiphone. And it sounds familiar. I wonder if one of the 2 that I got, do they have mini humbuckers? Oh no, normal humbuckers. Okay, yeah, I don't think so then. One of the ones I had was a bit thinner. It was like it had mini humbuckers, and it felt thinner and lighter than most sort of gold top Les Pauls I'd played. So yeah, I'm not sure, maybe not, but that sounds cool. The belly curve's a thing that I'm appreciating more and more. Chopper says my Xmas gear purchase was the Tone X headphone amp, so I can practice at night or working without waking the neighbors. Waiting for it to arrive. Very cool, mate. That's great. Awesome stuff. I was using my Tone X the other day just to jam with my studio monitors here. So yeah, it's a great little thing. Awesome. Did I end up selling a bunch of gear? So I've got 2 guitars that are going to be on consignment coming up. I'll link everybody to that when it's ready. I just dropped them off yesterday. So the Flying V will be going 100%. And my second tally, which has been sitting in the case for like 2 years, and that's the Fender American Original 50s tally. It's a great guitar. It's probably better than the one I'm keeping, but the one I'm keeping is older. I use it all the time. I love the Danny Gatton pickups. So I'm keeping one tally, and my Flying V's gone, and there's something new that will be showing up very soon. So 2 go out and 1 comes in. I'm going to do that a couple of times so I can get rid of some stuff. So yes, 100%. I'm going to try and clear the cupboards, clear the garage, clear out all the stuff I don't need, and put it into some things that will be fun, and hopefully you'll enjoy what I got planned. So that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of this month. I'm going to be listing a whole lot of things, taking things down I don't need on consignment. Sky Music helped me out with a couple of those. I'm going to take some amps down to Found Sound as well and just have things gone. There's something's changed for me in the last sort of 12 months where I feel way less attached to stuff. And the more that I focus on just the next mentality, it's kind of like it's a little soul destroying after a while, right? I've always appreciated practical application in everything, but that kind of gets lost with the sea of, the kind of content you see from a lot of guitar channels. And it's just like, what's going on? So I've decided that going back to the basics in terms of what I want to play, well, not basics necessarily, but just downsizing stuff, focusing more on playing, having more fun with music, and being less concerned about the gear feels like a good mindset. And it's going to open up some opportunities to do different things, all that kind of thing. All right, so yes, stay tuned. There's plenty of stuff that's going to go. Your camera vids and tech vids are awesome. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. That's from Eternal Nod. I really love that. It gets me out of the house, and it's just fun. It's always been a big passion of mine with music and travel is camera gear and using it, creating stuff. Over a year since I bought any gear, I'm starting to consider looking for some. Mate, then you're the master of guitars. We should do a rig rundown at your place one time. That'd be hilarious. Or we can't say that. That's a copyright thing or trademark. But yeah, we should do a gear rundown at John's joint. Yeah, I'll probably still do a few Greek pedals from time to time. Like I said, it would be stuff that I actually want to test, but I'm not going to do, for some reason, say yes to a lot of stuff that in hindsight I probably shouldn't have. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just like, the time it takes me to learn certain things and then put a video together and edit it and just have it bomb, it's just a waste of my time. So there's certain things I'll do, and there's certain things that I'm going to be done with. And yeah, I feel better already not having. It feels weird when you change stuff that you've done for so long. Like, I've made a really conscious effort now to change the process. Like, I want to do different things. I want to do it a different way. I'm going to challenge myself a bit more this year. I used to do that all the time. And I think as you get comfortable doing stuff, it's just like, I'll just do the same thing over and over. And I don't really want to do that anymore. It's starting to feel boring. And I don't want to quit, right? Like, there's things I love about guitar. But I think the more I'm focusing on things rather than just playing, there's a lot more time that goes into the YouTube, which is fine. I love doing that. But what I'm saying is, like, if I have to learn something, there's 2 days gone, right? And I don't sort of half-ass stuff. Like, I know a lot of guys will take it out of the box and plug it in. It doesn't really show you much. This is like a useless review, basically. It's a quick way for them to pump it out, but it doesn't. I always think about, like, I want to do this thing justice, but it's not really focusing on music. It's like focusing on a thing. So I want to do less of those kind of videos. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not whinging about it. It's just it's time for change. And it was either, potentially just stop or focus more on the things that excite me and get hopefully the audience, you guys, more interested as well. Because and that's where my head's at with In the Blues now. Yeah, Real Fun says the journey has to evolve. I think the audience has evolved. The days of just doing demos and all that kind of stuff, it's boring. People are tuning out. They might tune in for the person playing or the vibe of whatever channel they watch, but people are I think most people have realized, like, you can make anything work in 2026. Everything's good. For sure, there's going to be some stuff out there that's not as good, but the beauty of the internet is it's raised the stakes for people. They're making better stuff. Even like $200 guitars can sound great in the right hands. And Ben's a great example of that. He came over and played a Sonic Cake guitar. It sounded great because he can play his ass off. So yeah, it is what it is. Hey Jamal, how are you, man? Sorry, I missed your your message here. Hope you're doing well, mate. Awesome stuff. Take care, mate. I'll catch you on the replay. Yeah, absolutely. Well, starts with these little licks. One of the things I've lost over the last, I would say, since I've started thinking too much about what I'm playing, which is a really weird place to be, is the bends, the slow approach that sounds good. One of the things about my old blues playing, even though I would consider myself a better player now than I was like 5 years ago, there was something kind of great about the simple playing, like doing those, just little licks like that have a lot of sustain and feel, and you tend to want to get too fancy a lot of the time. And I hear it in other players too, where they're more focused on sort of playing fast and not focusing on the feel. So I'm really going to try and play restrained for a while. I'm not playing quick until I get some of that vibe back, and I hear it, think it, and feel it, and all those kind of things. Because there's something about that, I reckon, when you play blues. It's all about the the great trem and the great bends, even just those bend down notes. Those. Mark Knopfler is one of the masters of that sort of stuff as well. The great blues players weren't playing high-end gear. Heart and soul matters. 100%. That's what it's all about, and it's about having fun. I feel like I've had a hard time getting into playing outside of the house lately because of how much I'm doing stuff in here when it comes to like projects that just wear me out. I'm like, it's time for change. And that's it. You get a great tone with anything. And if my new guitar video will say anything, then hopefully it says something that you can get great tones on a budget. So stay tuned for that. Excuse me. Hey, we've got the real Amanda Coombs here, as opposed to the fake one. How you doing? We've got a Canadian in the house. Let us know where you're watching from too, everybody. I don't know what time it is everywhere else, but it's now 3:23 p.m. I think I've been going about an hour. I was trying to play a 13th chord before, which is this chord for those wondering, but I couldn't do it. My hand was going to a major chord all the time, and it still wants to do that. It's a chord I've played a million times, but yeah, these are the weird things that happen to you when you're sort of rusty. It is what it is. It sounds like you'll have a lot more fun and more fun to watch you just get back into just playing blues, getting out most of the gear you have at the moment. That's good stuff. Hey, thanks, mate. Yeah, it's time for a change. It sort of feels like it's I just want to clear out. Yeah, I think it's one of those things people do. A lot of people talk about going like minimalistic with everything. I don't want to go quite to that point, but I just want to cull all the stuff. I moved not long ago, right, to here. I don't want to move again with all this crap that I don't use. It's not crap either, but just what I'm saying. It's time just to get rid of stuff. I'm just a bit sort of sick of the consumerism side of YouTube. It's really I'm contributed to that problem for years, but I've always tried to frame it, in terms of someone who plays live. But again, I'm not doing as much of that as I would like either. Do you like using a backing track or drum beat when practicing? Backing track all the time. It's way more musical. You can focus on the changes. A lot of the good backing tracks will have what chord they're on and all that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much how I practice. I also work with just songs. Like there's a few albums that I really sort of went woodshedding with years ago that I put back on to kind of remind me of all the stuff I've forgotten. So, yeah. use a C9 a lot in your playing. Yeah, the ninth chords are pretty cool for blues, all that sort of stuff. We play sevenths as well, play 13ths, seven, all these different seven shapes, obviously, and all these like partial chord shapes, like we can see that. But these are great little chords. Just a good little way of playing the same thing twice. All those kind of things, and just working on some ideas that get you. Like, one of the problems at the blues jams, there's no parts for a lot of people. They're just noodling. It's the same for all instruments. There's like a lack of actual parts. So if you can come up with something that really locks it in, it's great. So yeah. Hey, Tiger Palmer, how are you, man? All right, we've got Matt from Central Oregon. Big fan here, watching your channel since 2015. Far out, mate. Thank you. Thanks for the support. That's crazy. It's over 10 years. Where's the time gone? Far out. The funny thing is, I started this channel in 2006, and I was adding like a video here once every few months or whatever, just for something to do, because there was nothing on YouTube at that point. So I put like the first pedal video up of the Behringer pedals back in the day and all that kind of thing. And then I sort of didn't touch it again until about, well, not that I didn't touch it. I was still uploading stuff, but I took it more seriously in 2010. So from then on to now, I was basically been doing it a lot. And then full-time since 2014, when I quit my day job. So that was a tough 4 years. But yeah. I got through it in the end, thankfully. Artist formerly known as says it's 1126 in Georgia. Very cool. This is the PRS SE Custom 24. I still have the original pickups. They're in a box. I almost thought about putting them back in, but these ones have been pretty good. I reviewed these from a pickup company. They're no longer in business, so yeah. Can't get these anymore, I'm pretty sure. But these are just basically PAF style pickups like everyone else makes. And yeah, they look cool. I like the chrome. The chrome thing gives it a little bit of a nice sort of premium look on a pretty affordable guitar. I might have missed some comments here. If I do miss anything, sorry guys. Just add in the blues me on the chat. I'm trying to. I think I've definitely missed a few here. Behringer Blues Overdrive I got because of one of your early videos. Oh, thanks, man. Still on my board. There you go. Yeah, they're great. I mean, tone-wise, they're going to be as good as anything else. They're great. I was using the Behringer TO800, and right around then I bought a Voodoo Lab Sparkle Drive, and they were my two overdrives for years. The stuff that I would use if I was playing a gig or whatever. Just great blues tones. And yeah, those Blues Driver style ones were great as well. Real Funi says, Shane, your YouTube adventure is an amazing story. I enjoy when you share it. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it's just consistency is a big part of it, but also having to just evolve with the times. Like I hear a lot of people posting videos complaining about no one's watching me anymore, the algorithm's doing this or that. It's because no one wants to watch those videos. It's pretty much that simple. Like, everyone who thinks the algorithm's out to get them is making the wrong type of videos now for 2026 and even in 25. And I was guilty of that. I was just like, why isn't this working anymore? Not really trying different things. So yeah, the landscape of it's changed. I think people are tuning out from stuff. Cost of living is brutal in most places around the world. It's not a crisis. It's just the way it is everywhere now. People got inflation. They got bloody other things to worry about. You don't want to have to be sort of keeping up with stuff all the time. At least that's how I sort of feel about it now. And that's why it was time for a change. And December, I released a big mix of stuff just to see what would work, and it feels like all of the non-gear stuff was more popular. So yeah, that's a good thing. It feels good. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. As a lefty, do you transcribe chord charts written for right-hand players? I don't. I'm a weirdo, man. When I read tab, I know that's not the same thing. I just look at it the way that it is and try to work it out. But I don't do that much anymore. I should probably do it more, but I don't. Chord charts were the same thing. I kind of switched it in my head. So, yeah, I'm a bit weird like that. I can kind of play bass upside down, like on a right-handed guitar, because the patterns are all pretty much the same. I don't really need to think about it too much. I find like most chord charts are pretty easy to work out, even if they're up the wrong way. Kind of isn't the worst thing for me. So, yeah. Hey, Major Upgrade says, hey, Shane, glad to see you back on tonight. And thanks for the live stream. Happy New Year. Take care, mate. All the best. I hope you have a good night. And, yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. I got that Laney Cub Super 10 and put a Eminence Ragin' Cajun in YouTube. Sounds great. Oh, awesome, man. That's good. That's from AP 530. That's great. Real says, the sales pitch has always been, buy this or you suck. Yeah, there's a lot of that. And I think the constant stream of stuff is the problem too. I don't know, like the channels at least that I watch, they don't always say, you got to get this or whatever. Those channels you just switch off from. Like, just get rid of them from your subscription feed. That's my 2 cents. I do that with everything. Camera review channels that I used to watch, they're all pushing the same thing all the time. It's like, no, find someone else. So I think that's a huge part of it. And I just want to share some different things this year. So we'll see how it goes. I'll give it 12 months in amongst, other things that I do at the studio or elsewhere, and it doesn't work. But yeah, it's time. I got to try some new things. God, my timing sucks. You got to practice clean. If you're getting back into playing, practice clean. It will show you all your imperfections, and it will make you better as a player. Or don't even plug into the amp if you play electric guitar. Just try and make it work. All right, we've got Nikon here. It says, is that right? Nikon? Is that Nikon? I don't know how to say it. Hey, Shane, is YouTube trying to convert you into a modeler yet? I always thought you'd stay tube amp user at heart. Let's stay the core. Yeah, I totally agree. I like trying new things. I've always have. I like trying. I think there's a valid point to be made for digital stuff in the studio, and there's a very valid conversation about tube amps or valve amps or solid state amps. And I've tried the Tonex thing a few times live, and it was great. And then I played my amp with my pedals, and I was like, yeah, it's just still my choice, right? But I actually really can appreciate anything that makes recording easier. Someone who's produced albums for myself, other people for years, not so much anymore, but when I was doing a lot of that. If I had a Kemper back in the day, man, the guitar tones would have just been so much easier to record and capture and have consistency throughout the albums and without blowing your ears out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty open to anything that works for the job. And people who got to stop hating one or the other. It's like, not that you're doing that. I'm just saying, like, there's no right or wrong with gear. It's like, what is your use case? Are you playing at a stadium? Are you playing at home? Are you playing at pubs or clubs? What do you need? And after owning a Kemper and trying it live, it was horrible. Unless you've got a proper sound guy with a proper rig, like, it's just not a replacement for me for taking out to a gig. So yeah, I kind of feel like now I'm sort of edging back to obviously the amp thing, but I'm also sick of hearing these digital things on all the videos. There's got dudes doing demos into a friggin' digital modeling amp. It's just, if you're going to demo a pedal, man, plug it into a proper amp. Like, just do that. Do the audience the courtesy of that. How many people are buying a pedal to run into a multi-effects processor pedal that odds are has all of the same type of effects? I just don't understand that. And that's part of what's kind of shit me about the pedal review thing. It's just like, where are the amps? Where's the room sound gone? All these things that actually matter. So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, don't worry. I'm a big fan of amps, and I always will be. Saw Eric Clapton in an interview where he stated he'd gotten a lefty Strat for Hendrix. He was going to give it to him the day he found out he passed away. Yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah, it's a crazy story. They weren't available for a long time, right? Or they were very hard to find. I think from memory it was like, was it a white Strat? I can't remember. Decades ago, there was no internet. Just put on a song, play guitar, and learn how to figure out stuff. You had to use your own imagination to create your own style. Yeah, that's it. You pick things up from all the players you like, and then you form your own sound. At least that should be, I think, the intention. I see a lot of dudes still copying dudes that are, they want to sort of nail a style completely, and it's like you're such limiting your musical vocabulary just by learning like one dude's style of stuff. It's just, and it gets old. You're not him, so don't play all of his stuff. We're all guilty of it, but yeah, I've done that too. But you branch out of that, and all of a sudden you got like this huge bag of stuff you can pull from. And yeah, and I also think a lot of I kind of miss being able to just play as easily for longer periods of time without the distraction of having to always finish something. So that's why I'm also pulling back on the pedal videos this year. I just want to focus a bit more on playing and focusing on grooves and rhythmic ideas and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah. Demons, what a movie. I agree. There it is. Is that going to work? Actually, I'm a bit behind where is it? Right there. Yeah, man. Demons is awesome. Love it. I've got the DVD. I still use DVDs. In the lounge room at the moment. Might be time to watch it again. My favorite's still Zombie, which, can you see that poster? Oh no, it's like up the top, sort of above the Grand Theft Auto Vice City poster there with the guy in the pink jacket. But that's my favorite of all time. It's probably shouldn't have said that. Everyone would watch it and go, what's wrong with this guy? Nello Yama says, playing clean reveals a lot of bad habits. For your guitar instruction videos, talk about muting and how to mute unwanted noise from unplayed strings. Totally. Exactly. Or picking even like a series of strings. That wasn't the best. Without going like this. Yeah, you're right. It really lets you know if you're doing it right or wrong. Playing clean is definitely the way to go. I remember, like, even for a good period of time, maybe like, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 months, I was practicing like almost without an amp most of the time too. I had a crappy Samick amp back in the day. And I remember just sort of like trying to milk the notes on my Strat at the time and my 335, but not a Gibson, but an Epi one, without any amp. And if you get it to sound good without an amp, you sound way better when you plug in. It's great. Yeah, I think one of the biggest turn-offs for me as a blues fan was hearing all the people that want to sound like Stevie Ray all the time. Like, everyone wanted to sound like him, and it was so bad. Like, it put me off. It just put me off listening to it. It's like when you go to a pub or a bar or something and they play the same song that's been played for 20 years. You go, why are people still playing this song? It's terrible, but everyone knows it. And it's like, I don't know, man. I felt like Stevie Ray kind of became the Mustang Sally of like everyone was just doing that thing, and it was just. And then it sort of shifted. It kind of disappeared for a while, and then now everyone's doing the John Mayer thing. I guess it's good to have like guitar heroes that are super musical and all that kind of stuff, and they were like, this is the thing, like people don't realize like Stevie Ray is great, but the Albert King bends and his timing and tone and execution are just like amazing, right? And that's where he got a lot of those big, all those sort of all those kind of things. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, so it's Albert came out of nowhere, and I think his sound was it's like James Brown, like where was the stuff before James Brown? Like James Brown came out, it's just like slaying it with the funk and groove, and it was awesome. And Albert King, like all those, like it's all the stuff Stevie was doing, right? So yeah, I think but Stevie did other stuff with it. He didn't just play Albert King. I think people get stuck into this thing of just playing like one person's style. It's kind of strange. I get it. It's a great inspiration point, but you got to kind of move on. And I think you'll get sick of sounding like that. You'll just sound like what people are called the Stevie Ray Wannabees. All right. Oh, Tiger Palmer says, best zombie movie of all time. I'm a sucker for the 1991 remake of Night of the Living Dead. I've got that as well, man. I love that one. That's the Tom Savini one. It's great. He directed, I think, that one, and the effects are great. Actually, I kind of prefer that over the old one. So, I get that. I think the thing for me with zombie, for those who are into horror movies, it's just different. It's like so weird and eclectic. I love the shots and the cinematography on it as well. It's probably not the best zombie movie ever for a lot of people, but I love the locations and it's got a good mix of cheese and just the whole thing's different, man. I kind of dig it. But yeah, I absolutely love that 1991 as well. Did you visit any guitar shops while you were in Perth? I didn't, actually. I almost did, but I was like, nah, I got to force myself to just chill out for a bit. I've had a pretty busy run up till the end of the year, and I was just needed some time off. But yeah, whenever we go back, I'll check it out. I want to do more of those around Australia too. Eternal Nod says, my Peavey 258 EFX is so unforgiving, but if I play it right, it sounds like a tube amp. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know what that is. Is that an amp or a pedal? Sounds like an amp, if I had to guess. I just discovered Roy Gallagher. Yeah, I need to listen to more of his stuff. I've tried a few times to listen to some stuff online, but I haven't. Everyone says the same thing. Listen to this, listen to that, and I just haven't. So that's cool. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoy his stuff. I hear nothing but good things. Day of the Dead. I agree, man. Day of the Dead's completely underrated. I actually like it more than Dawn. No, that's like sacrilegious, but... My friend got grey hair early in life when I've been calling him Stevie Gray Vaughan. That's hilarious. Speaking of Albert King, have you ever played through a dual Showman? I don't think so. Let me have a look. Sometimes I just can't remember. Oh, the Fender amps. No, I haven't. I've seen these, but no. Actually, I saw a couple of these at a shop in this used guitar store in, I think it was San Fran years ago. They look great. Yeah, no, I haven't played through those. That looks like a fun amp to crank. Skyhook's had it right. Best horror movie is the 6:30 News. Mate, yeah, far out. It's crazy times everywhere. And dumb people trying to make smart decisions. It's not a good combo. Man. Might have to wrap this up pretty soon. It's stinking hot in here and I'm sweating. And I've got my fan on, but it's supposed to have the door open. But Anyway, thank you for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. We'll wrap this up. If I missed your question, just drop a comment in the main comment section once this is over, and I'll get back to you. I always try my best to do that. I'll timestamp the video, all that kind of stuff. I might do a live premiere for the video coming up this week. I feel like it might be a fun one. And then we're going to start working on some new, well, I've already started working on some new stuff. So stay tuned. And yeah, I hope you like what weird stuff I bring in 2026. We're definitely going to be doing more live streams. This setup is so easy. It's going to stay here now, and I'm just going to make it work. So I don't know. I don't want to commit to like a certain day. I like to try to mix it up because then people at a different time zone can join in and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back. So yeah, thanks again, everybody, and rock on. And yeah, I will catch you soon. Take care. Good to see you guys again. I haven't spoken to many of you in a while, so I haven't been live streaming as much. But yeah, take care, everybody. And yeah, I'll catch you very soon. See ya. I'm just going to remember how to stop this. Oh yeah, here we go.